Check 1 2 check 1 2. Mommy on the rocks, Casey Chops. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at MIA on the rocks. Follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Today's guest got Amber Quinn in here. How are you?
Hi. How
Welcome.
Are you?
We finally set it up. I believe we started talking after I think you're cool with Renee, right?
Yes,
Renee's,
that's like my best friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Renee's lit, yo. Renee's like good. Renee's good energy.
Yeah.
How long have you known her?
Gosh. Over 5 years, probably like 6 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we talked after her interview, and yeah, I've seen you on a couple of accounts, people posting. So are you signed to a company? Like, are you signed to a certain like agency or something? Okay,
I do
dope.
everything myself.
Okay, dope. How long have you been modeling for?
Like 8+ years.
Okay, so let's go like through your story. Where are you from?
New Jersey.
Oh, you're from Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you moved to?
I moved down here, 13 years ago.
Oh, you went to high school here?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, dope. So you've been here for 13 years and you like the vibe here. You're up north, right? You're
I'm north.
Like Broward.
So like close enough that I can come to Miami and like have dinner and hang out, but farther enough away that it's like quiet. And
yeah, you were telling me like you kind of like there's people out there that like want to stay away as much as they can from Miami. You're one of those people?
For the most part.
What is it about Miami that makes you like want to?
I'm not a turn up person. I'm a homebody. I like to travel. So when I'm out traveling, that's cool. But when I'm home, it's like my sanctuary, my house. It's very quiet, like peaceful.
Yeah, it's important. So is it just Miami's just too crazy? Like, is it, you like to just be low key?
Yeah. Like it's always a whole escapade, I guess, when, coming to Miami. Where are we parking? Okay. Like, what time is this? Are you going to be late? Because there's traffic. Like, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. And the city's growing crazy, bro. Like, they're about to build the tallest building in Miami right next door. Literally right next door.
Walking here, I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely moving in October, bro. This shit is crazy. First of all, have you seen about that tall building? It's supposed to be the tallest building in Miami. It's double the size of this. It's like 100 floors. So it's going to like double the size of the tallest building already.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And I'm here like, yo, it's going to be right next door. And I'm here like, is a hurricane gonna come and that shit's gonna be straight? Like, what is about to happen?
All the sound and like
that's another thing. I'm definitely moving when my lease is
no.
up. I'm on the other side, so I guess it's a little better. But yeah, bro, like
no, you're definitely gonna hear that.
I'm good, yo. Cool. And you've been modeling for 8 years. You said, what got you into what you're doing? Like,
it was kind of by accident. I'm trying to think how old I was when I got into it. So I had to be like 21, maybe 22-ish. A friend called me. She's like, hey, a model didn't show up for a job. Do you want to come? I go, girl, I'm not a model. Like, I can't. She's like, no, just come. Like, you're good. I'm here. I'll help you. I'm like, all right. So it was kind of like a shootout. Like, it was inexperienced photographers, one master photographer teaching, and they had like 4 models or something. So
do photographers hold like the creepy guy award of the year? I feel like I try to think like photographers got to be the creepiest ones.
Not all of them.
Of course, not all of them.
But it's like awkward. I think it's sometimes like the guy that's nervous to talk to women. They're like, oh, well, photography will be that like.
Will be the end.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think guys are using this photography thing. They've picked up a camera 2 times and they're sliding in DMs like, yo, let's do a shoot.
Sometimes, yeah. You have to like.
Have you ever been like bamboozled in a photo shoot before? Like.
No.
Nah.
I mean, from the beginning, when I started on Instagram, I always was very professional when I answered like my DMs. I pretended to be like my assistant for a long time. I'm like, thank you for contacting Amber. This is Stephanie.
Damn, I did that too. I definitely did that too. And I had like a different email and a different name. So, okay. So you did it by accident. And then you just started growing the IG and kind of just putting out content?
That was like before IG was like
a thing.
Big. So we had no idea, obviously, what Instagram was going to be. So in the beginning, it was just, it had to be in the beginning of Instagram. So posting was just like whatever. Yeah. You were posting like a picture of a car. Like it was so different back then.
Now it's a whole job, yo. It's creating, bro. We're doomed. Like they asked they asked 2 countries, United States and China. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? China was like engineers and like, and then the kids were like content creators and YouTubers.
I want to be a unicorn when I grow up.
Hey man, we can't, if they want to identify.
Hey,
I saw a story the other day. Some kid in a class identified as a hawk. And he was eating like bird food and shit. Like, no, I swear to God, he thought he was a hawk.
This is too much.
Yeah, the world's ending.
With the draw the line. So I had no clue that like, influencer wasn't even a thing. content creator. Like that was not a thing. So it was just doing these modeling jobs. I started working with that girl's like company. So it was like new photographers, like all the content was trash. You were not getting any good photos, but I got to travel. So I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm getting practice, this and that. At the time I was living outside Orlando. Okay. So, I mean, it was still like nothing going on up there. Like no work. Or like yeah, like there was no work. And then I started coming down to South Florida for like interviews and talking to other brands, things like that. And I was like, wow, it's different down here. Like I want to move. So I ended up moving down to West Palm when I was like 25 or 26.
Okay. Do you go out over there at all? Like, do you do any...
I did, like, when I first moved there, but I don't know. It's, like, different now.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, now everyone's a model really, like, on Instagram. But I feel like there's certain people that separate themselves. For sure. I don't know what it is. And I wouldn't even just say it's the look. It's just the way they curate the content and the way they, like, do their Instagram, I guess. Yeah. You know? So, like, you were one of the ones that, like, stand out to me. You know? Like, Renee, you, like, there's a couple of, like, South Florida influencers that they stand out to me different, you know?
Because it becomes a job.
Yeah.
Like you can tell who takes it seriously and who is just taking photos.
Yeah.
And it's okay, whatever you want to do. Like if you want to use it for clout, if you want to use it to get like free services and this and that, cool. I mean, you're getting something out of it. Yeah. But then there's people that make a living out of it. Right.
And then, and you know what I think, if I'm really thinking about it, I think the people that separate themselves, they're cool with talking. Like I feel like, you know, most of these girls, they're just pretty. They use their app to look pretty, whatever they can do, filter, whatever they can do. And then they just we don't know anything about you. You're just like a lookbook. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like because everyone's a model, I feel like it's almost like saying you're a rapper if you're a guy. It's like everyone's a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like what separates you from being a model is if you speak and you tell people your thoughts and things. So like when Renee or people like you who are cool with, let's do a podcast, you know, like I feel like that really helps you guys out because people are now they're like learning about you, you know? Like
I was so happy when Renee did it, your podcast, because one, Renee doesn't really talk on her story like that.
You don't know how cool, that's the thing with, like, you don't really know how dope she is, really. You just know that she's beautiful.
Just look at pictures. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, girl, people need to know you because she's funny. And like a lot of my friends are like, wow, I didn't even like realize how like hood she is. Yeah. And I'm like, they're like, she's so pretty, but like, wow, some of the things she said, I was like, wow, surprised.
I mean, she's...
But I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And then that made me think, like, because I was talking to my boy and it was just like, we're talking about like dating and stuff and we're talking about like objectifying yourself, like women, you know what I'm saying? And I told my boy, I'm like, yo, I think women are like when you just post pictures and don't talk or like tell us who you are or tell us what you believe in or your morals or anything, you are just like a lookbook. You're like an object. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of men are objectifying women because it's like the women are objectifying themselves, you know?
No,
it's
I can
weird.
Agree
it's
with
like
that. It's like as a woman, even on say social media, you want a guy to like talk to you and ask you questions or know something about you, but if you don't put anything out there and you're just your looks, well, that's all you're going to get. You're going to get guys that are just looking for your looks. They don't care what you have to say because that's all you put out.
That's real. Yeah. And I've had women here that like, you know, have 500,000 followers on Instagram and then they come do the podcast and they can't really speak. They can't really like articulate themselves. You know, it's like, damn.
Public speaking. And I mean, this is not anything big, right?
Right.
But for someone that doesn't and they don't talk about anything or voice their opinion, this can be very scary.
Yeah, especially now in today's world where everyone wants to cancel you. That's why I'm afraid to go live. Because if you do the podcast live, have you ever thought about doing like a podcast or doing something like that? You would kill it if you did live. Because when you go live, you could do the super chats and people could send you money now. You know what I'm saying? You can't really do that if you record it.
Well, I thought about doing like lives on Twitter. Because my Twitter is like different. So it's all finances, crypto. So it's like a different space and I have a good following on there. I'm like, maybe I should do like live on there or even like YouTube live. Like, but yeah, it gets a little
if now I'm getting in like my business. We have like a business discussion like on the podcast. It's cool. I'm like transparent. But if like say you and Renee started a podcast together, just an example, bro.
Well, we did a YouTube.
Forget it.
I interviewed her and then we did a mukbang, so eating, because we both like to eat.
Oh damn, I didn't see it.
And it was so good.
If it was like produced up though, like really like produced and you had
like we did a whole in a podcast studio and everything. It was really good.
Oh, dope.
But with her is consistency.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm like, girl, we got to do this all the time.
Yeah, you would make
like,
so
it's
much
hard.
money because people could just send super chats through YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I thought about, but then if you go live, it's live. And if you fuck up, you say something stupid, you got to like be worried about getting canceled and shit.
No, the live gets a little scary.
Yeah.
And like, especially for me, even go live on like Instagram, I'll do like a hair tutorial. And then people are like, show me your boobs. And I'm like, my gosh, guys, like, come on, take it serious.
How many people are on your live at one time?
I don't know, maybe like 3,000, 4,000. Like, I'm like trying to do serious things. And like, you have the guy like, your tits are so big. I'm like, sorry. The other person I'm on live with is like a random girl I know or something. We're trying to like talk about beauty products or like health and fitness. And I'm like,
I completely understand when girls say like they're going to start an account and only accept women followers. And like, dude, like your DMs probably look nuts. Do they?
They do. I mean, I don't really look at
especially the tab that I
there's so many like separate tabs.
I'm saying like the one that's the real like the like the dead zone on the right. Like
I want to marry you, and they like you go in the message and there's like 60 messages of them talking to you every single day. I'm like, you're very dedicated.
Every swipe over, the DMs get crazier. So if you go 3 swipes and you're all the way in the graveyard seeing the dudes that just talk to themselves that's crazy.
Yeah, they're hoping that one day I'll be like, hi.
I just feel bad for guys, man. They're so
it's hard.
Like there's so many guys that are just like that, you know, like just behind a screen, afraid to talk to women, and like a lot of guys are invisible to women, bro. I don't think women realize that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of pretty women, I think women only see 50% of men. The other 50 are invisible. And now if we're talking about pretty women, I think they only see 20% of men. 4 out of 5 guys pretty women see are straight up invisible to them. You know? So I feel bad for some of these guys. Like simping like that.
I mean, and I think there's a lot of pretty women that can be very mean. Like I've met girls that I'm like, oh, you're not nice in person. Like Renee and I are very down to earth. Like I'm probably nicer, but it's just, I mean, everyone's their own person and it can be scary, but at the end of the day, like I'm a person.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to say hi. I'm going to be nice. Like I'm going to be cordial. I mean, I'm not going to be your best friend, but I'm going to be nice if I met somebody in person.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this, because I said this the other day that, and you are kind of disprove my theory, but it's like, I feel like when women get that much attention, it's like a drug. It like changes you, you know, it builds an ego. So I guess what I would ask you is how do you, I guess, stay humble and not let all that attention. First of all, would you agree with me that attention is like a drug? Like
1,000%.
Like, explain that a little bit.
So, you know, for that girl that like maybe wasn't pretty in high school and then she like grew and got pretty or got like
the surgery and now she's like reborn
and this and that and she's like a new person. Now she's feeling herself. Now she's on social media taking pictures. Every like is like a hit of, you know,
dopamine.
Yeah,
that's a dopamine
like,
hit. Yeah.
You're waiting to like release that next photo or that video or take your next. It's like a cycle, but it can be very lonely. Like I think social media it's a love-hate relationship. Like I'm very thankful for it. Obviously, it's my job. It's my main source of income. But I've definitely throughout my career been at points where I'm like, I hate social media.
Damn, me too. I say that all the time. If I didn't do what I did, I would delete it 100%.
I'm jealous of people that have like no social media that like don't post. I'm like,
what?
You're so lucky.
Bro, I had like I thought to myself, I want to go on vacation and like try to leave my phone and just see how cracked out I am. Because are you willing to share your screen time? I ask people that and it's like a private thing. Like my screen time is, you don't have to show me, but it's ridiculous. Like
mine's not too crazy. I like really tried to like only be on my phone when I'm having to do something or limit myself where I'm like, okay, I've been scrolling too long.
Yeah.
You have to go to Cuba.
I think we could find alternatives, like instead of like going to Cuba.
I don't know. I've gone twice or 3 times.
Because there's no Wi-Fi, you got to pay for
Wi-Fi.
it, right? Wow.
For the first couple of days, and the Wi-Fi you pay for is like trash. You're not going to load anything.
I wonder if I go on vacation, say, because I want to do some nature shit, like in the mountains somewhere and get a cabin. I wonder like if I put my phone somewhere where I can't access it, if I'll like crack out.
Oh like yeah, like I have an Apple Watch and I was there and I was like, oh, I swear my Apple Watch dings. Nothing was dinging. Damn. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think I might go through like withdrawal without my phone.
You check your phone all the time because you're just so used to it.
It's embarrassing, yo. My screen. It's basically like a third of my day, 8 hours I'm asleep. A third of my day I'm in my phone, 8 hours, and a third of my day I'm looking into the world. It's crazy. But then I've had things where like I feel like if I'm not on my phone, I'm not competitive, and I've missed like money and I've missed things off of like, You know?
Yeah.
It's weird. I've made money like checking my phone, so I'm afraid to not check and I'll miss out on opportunity.
You can, for sure, because some people want that instant reply.
Yeah.
But like, I try to stay off my phone really on Sundays. Like, that's like family day. I go to church. Like, I do stuff. Like, I'm on it, but I usually don't post on Sundays. So I try to like take a step back.
Gotcha. You said your Twitter is more like crypto finance based. So what is your feelings toward crypto right now? Like, are you still a believer in like Bitcoin? Do you see?
For sure.
Yeah, right? Now's the time to be buying, right?
Yeah. Now is the time. Like, that was my thing, like, in this market to build, to get to know people. Like, we just had Bitcoin Miami, so I went to that.
Dope.
Yeah, so it was good.
You fuck with the stock market at all or just crypto?
I started learning stocks. I mean, you have more opportunity in stocks because there's a bigger, like, pot, basically. But I like crypto.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like gambling, unless you're playing the long run. But yeah, I'm definitely a believer in Bitcoin.
Yeah, it is gambling. But like, there's also information that you can look at, like charts and things like that. So you can do your research and you can kind of like not forecast what's going to happen, but somewhat.
I thought I was that guy during the pandemic. That's my problem. Yeah, I thought I was like,
that guy.
I made like a quick lick. Like I made a couple. I was like, yo, I figured it out. Like,
I didn't even think about like crypto and the pandemic, which I'm so stupid because it was so cheap.
I had nothing else to do.
Yeah,
I couldn't even work. So they shut down all the clubs, everything. So I was like, bro, let me learn this shit. And like, it was on Ride. It was easy, like trading stocks on the phone. That was a new thing. And it's like, okay, shit. So your investment vibe, any other investments you like to do, anything else outside of modeling that you want to get into, opening another business, any passion?
I'm always looking for business opportunities. Like, I think eventually real estate, but I also don't want to put all my money. Like, I'd rather keep money to like use and invest in things than like have it all held up with real estate.
That's interesting you say that, because I just sold my house last year and I want to buy another crib, but I'm here like, it feels like if I buy it this time in South Florida, it feels too forced. It feels like I'm not going to squeeze any equity because the price is already up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I want to buy another spot, it can't really be in South Florida. It's gotta, and then I'm here like, all right, do I want to buy some shit in another market and have someone else manage? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I'm kind of like in your perspective right now, where it's like, kind of like look for other investing opportunities and stuff, you know?
Because like have your capital ready. To, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I just feel like real estate is not going to be like it was for our parents' generation, you know? Like they're like, they bought a crib at $100,000. Now it's worth $600,000. Like, bro, that is not going to happen for our generation, you know? Like, no, for the most part, in my opinion, you know?
I feel like it's going to be so hard for like our generation to buy houses.
Yeah. Especially.
You have to spend, like, to get something nice, especially South Florida, like you need to spend like $1 million.
Yeah. And then the interest rate is like, you're going to pay double that in interest. So it's like, you want $1 million house, you're paying $2 million. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, eventually, hopefully you would be able to refinance to a certain degree. Right.
It's crazy. And then you have all these big corporations. They're buying everything, bro. I forgot. Like, bro, I think my man Bill Gates has like 5 states owned already. Like, he's buying land like crazy.
I think other countries are going to be like the way to go. Like, well, Tulum is already like saturated.
Yeah.
There was somewhere else somebody was telling me.
I like Colombia. That's my second home.
Yeah.
And actually, I was thinking about, damn, maybe I should buy something in Colombia. But I was
about to buy a pre-construction apartment in Colombia, and then I was like, it was only like $65,000.
That's what I'm saying. It's so, and they're brand new buildings. It's new.
This was getting built, so I wouldn't get it for 3 years.
Yeah.
But I was like, who
That's
cares?
Fire.
This is $65,000.
Bro, it's brand new. The only thing we got to just make sure that the new president is not going to be a communist and turn out like Venezuela.
Well,
so we got to just wait to see what this guy.
That's the scary thing too, buying in other countries. I'm like,
yeah, they could just like take
what
that
did they just take it? Yeah.
What's your favorite place you've traveled to so far?
That's really hard because I've been all over the place. I would have to say Greece and Mykonos.
Dope.
Just for the fact that like I had this like aha moment when I got there, and I was like in a van, we're driving to our like villa, I'm with friends, and I'm just sitting in there looking all these white buildings. I'm like, I'm not technically supposed to be here. Like, I'm from New Jersey. I come from like a poor family. My mom was a single mom, like an alcoholic, and I'm like, how am I here?
Like you're in Greece right now.
Like, wow. Like, I'm here. Like, this is so crazy.
That's dope. I'm saving the Europe thing, you know, like I'm waiting for the right time to go. I don't want to like blow that novelty too quick. You know, it has to be the right situation, you know, before I do all that. Where else have you been that is at the top of your list?
I love Thailand.
Damn, you've been everywhere. You weren't lying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thailand, just because it's super cheap. The people are really humble and nice. Like there's no like mean, angry people. Everyone's super nice. Just you see how people live and how lucky we are. Like these people are living like 4 or 5 people in like a little hut.
That's crazy.
And they're like happy.
That's real poverty. Yeah, and they're happier than us and we have like everything. I tell people, bro, living in this country is like having a Bentley and you don't even realize you're driving in a Bentley. Like, you know?
Like they have scooters and bikes. They don't have a car.
Yeah. And poverty over there, like in Colombia, poverty is real poverty. Like they have a tin roof and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
this is looking like a tin. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is how people like, this is so crazy to me.
This country needs to travel, bro, because people are getting like ungrateful.
No, that's the best thing. Like education is great, but honestly, like when I have kids, I'm going to homeschool them and travel with them.
Okay, we're on the same page on that again. It stresses me out though. Like the thought of having kids and then having to like, I feel like it's like double the work now that our parents had because you got to like basically protect them from like society, like rotting it. You know, like you have to shield them and protect them from so much shit. Like I feel like being a good parent now, you got to give like 200% and like filter every single thing and talk to your kid every single day, you know, because
just set them with like morals and show like, I feel like if you live your life the right way and project those things onto your kids, like they'll see. Like if you're talking to them about being an entrepreneur and this and that, like it's so different from when we were growing up. It was like, go to school, do this, do that, 9 to 5, and that's all you're going to live. Like that box.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard for my mom to like think she can make money online.
Yeah, it's great. Bro,
She's
it's
like,
hard for
no.
my mom to even turn on a laptop still. What are you saying?
Oh, yeah. My mom's like, I need you to help me on the laptop. I'm like,
bro,
there's so many things.
I showed my mom emojis the other day. That was the worst thing I could have did, bro. That was the worst thing I could have did to show my mom what emojis were.
Oh, my God.
She like, that's like a language now. She types in just emojis now and I have to like decode it and shit.
My mom stays on Instagram sending me like dog videos on the DM. I'm like, the amount of time you look at dog videos, you could be making money. I don't even know, affiliate marketing, something.
Yo, speaking of that, I need to make another public service announcement to everybody listening, bro. Do not WhatsApp me. We're in America. Like, yo, I'm not trying to talk on WhatsApp and shit. Like,
we're the only country, I want to say, that does not talk on
we're
WhatsApp.
so bougie. We have iMessage and shit. Like, yo.
Like, I meet friends and they're like, so what's your WhatsApp? I'm like, text? They're like, only Americans use that. Like, and I'm like, I don't know. This is what we use here.
And then my mom will send me like the chain messages and shit. Send this to 10 people, else you're gonna get like 10 years of bad luck. I'm like, that shit's crazy. So what is a spot that you haven't been to that is on your list that you want to go?
It has to be Italy.
Where specifically? Like the coast? Or you want to do everything? Like
no, I want to do everything. Like I want to do Tuscany. I want to do Amalfi Coast. I want to do like Sicily, everywhere.
Damn.
I love to eat, and I'm Italian. So I'm like, I need to go.
What's your background? Italian, 100%?
I'm Italian, Polish, Native American, and Irish.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a random mix.
Yeah, it's a lot. Do you speak Polish, Italian?
No,
what is like your strategy as far as Instagram goes? Like the way you kind of like curate your content? Do you have like what's like your marketing brain doing? Like, do you have any plans? Like, do you post a certain way, a certain frequency? Is there certain...
So... because I take Instagram as my business. So I have like a content calendar, like I do batch content, like...
See, that's dope.
Yeah. Everyone thinks that like, I'm not getting glammed every day. I'm not taking content every day. Like that is not realistic.
Yeah.
Like I would, honestly, I think if I had to do it every day, I'd go crazy.
I don't even think about that. I forget that. You guys have to like do makeup and all that shit. It's like getting ready for a movie. So you just kind of get ready like one day a week and then
like
do
one
all
day a week, or like sometimes like my Fashion Nova stuff will come in. I hit up my photographer and I shoot all the content in one day.
But it's like a trend that I guess has happened that, because I feel like it's important to know the things that are trendy but are just not for you. And you got to be like, all right, I'm going to sit this one out. I'm not doing it. Can you think of any of those to where like maybe fashion wise, or it was something that people were doing and you're like, nah, I'm not going to hop on that wave? You
know, for a while I wasn't on the baggy oversized jeans. I was like, no, like I like my tight jeans. Like I'm not doing that like boyfriend fit. No. Yeah. And then like I tried it on. I was like, oh, I like these. Now I only wear those.
Okay, that leads me to my next question, because I had to like ask people this. How do you feel about guys bringing back the bootcut jeans now? Because now there's like the brands are making like bootcut jeans again, like bootcut sweats and shit. And I was trying them on and I'm like, damn.
Like I don't like a bootcut sweat. Like I love sweats, but like I don't like a bootcut.
Yeah, I'm just so used to joggers that like, you know, like.
No.
But I think you see Drake trying to do it too. Like, you know, like you're not team.
No, I don't like them.
It just reminds me of high school.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
there's a lot of like things coming back from high school. Like I was in LA at a club and I was like sitting there and I'm like watching people watching because I don't drink. So I'm like people watching and these girls are in like these little skirts and like all these. I'm like, wow, this is like high school, like the low rise skirt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm too old to be at the club.
I thought you were going to say some guy was wearing a jersey or something. Okay, so you don't drink?
No.
Don't smoke?
No.
What are your vices? Everyone has a vice.
I definitely am a workaholic. So it's like the gym and work.
Okay. There's nothing else. No I mean, I guess that's could be toxic. There's nothing. Damn, so you have no vices at all?
Fast food.
Okay.
People will be like, oh my God, you actually eat McDonald's? And I'm like, yeah, like it's the only bad thing probably that I do. Coca-Cola.
Okay, that's
it's not good
guilty
for you.
pleasure.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you never been a smoker?
No. Like I would drink occasionally, like on vacation, but just like, I don't know. Definitely when you get older, you do not feel good after.
Those hangovers last me 2 days now.
Yeah.
I can't
like one night, like I'll go drink maybe one night here and there, like my birthday or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, then I feel bad for 2 days. I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Are you like, when you do drink, what are you like wine or like?
I'm tequila.
Okay, I got some deep questions.
Like, oh,
you ready?
Here we go.
If you could stop any crime forever, right? But you had to commit the crime in order for it to stop forever, what crime would you commit?
Ooh, that's so hard. Oh, that's so hard. I would have to say,
right, because it can't be nothing too serious, because then you would have to commit the crime and right, and live with that on your conscience.
So there's like
you'd have to commit the crime first in order to eliminate it from society.
So I guess rape.
Dude, damn, bro, it's like, yo, dog, hey, but that's either gonna get my whole Instagram deleted or like I don't.
Well, I want to say something with
but who are you gonna? Who are you gonna?
Can't take somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who you gonna rape?
I'm gonna have to rape a guy. What?
I mean, I was thinking you were gonna say like theft or some shit. Like, okay, I'll steal some shit to prevent stealing.
Nah.
You said the word. You said the craziest. That was the craziest one she could have said.
Cause it's so bad.
But you have to commit the crime in order to. So who are you?
I gotta rape some random guys, I guess.
Yo, that's either gonna be hilarious or I'm gonna have to delete that from the interview. We're gonna have a talk about that one
I feel
because
like it'll be okay.
That show is hilarious.
Hey, I'm trying to save the world.
No, you can't even say rape on YouTube. I have to like.
Really?
Yeah,
We'll have to
bro, it's like
bleep
a
it
forbidden
out?
word. People like spell it different and shit to not get
How
the
can we say it in a different way?
bleep. Like that's definitely how it's getting.
I'm like, I mean, murder. I would never be able to murder someone.
Put it like this. Let me tell you this. I can justify. Now, let me flip it because I'm a man answering this question, right? I could justify, as crazy as it sounds, I could justify murder. I can never justify rape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can find, there's a reason why someone might have to be killed. But there is never a reason why someone should be raped. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm like, oh, it's
like,
so bad.
I could hang out with a killer before I hang out with a rape.
1000%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because... See, but most people that hear me say that shit, if I clip that, put on Instagram, well, we could do an experiment. It's like, cancel them. They're going to have like mad
we'll put it on
people
Instagram.
with pink hair in my DMs and shit. What?
We'll put it on Instagram. That'll be real. Oh, it's better on Instagram.
Bro, if you put that on Instagram, that shit would explode what you just said with your followers, bro. Like, your followers would go up like Messi. You get another 500,000 overnight. Okay, so... Pertaining, because gender dynamics is like the thing to talk about now, like men and women, and everyone has like different opinions and shit. And some girl, I guess, I don't know if you want to keep your political views to yourself or like what your political temperament is, you know, but I consider myself more, because, you know, conservative or liberal, that's more of like a temperament. That's more of like how you think, you know? So me, I'm like leaned more conservative as I get older and as the world gets crazier, I start to adopt more conservative beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So I saw someone post a video the other day on Instagram, and it was a girl, you know, confessing in her Instagram, like she can't find any men that aren't conservative. She's like, I'm a liberal and I can't find any liberal men because most of them are conservative. And I'm like, no shit. Like in my mind, I'm like, because most men, because being conservative, I feel like it's got to the point where we got to the extremes to where like almost a masculine temperament is conservative, and and to see things like a liberal with that temperament is almost like a feminine. You know, do you agree with that?
I agree.
So, so that she was basically. Do you agree with that? Like, not. It's like she's saying she can't find like a partner because they're all conservative.
I mean, I don't. I definitely am more conservative. So I'm like, I can't really understand liberal stuff because I think it's just
so you couldn't date a liberal guy with a cat.
Absolutely not. No.
That's first of all, a guy that has a cat. He's a bachelor, lives by himself. He has a cat. That's some weird shit, right?
Yeah, he's definitely a liberal. 1000%. Like, you don't.
All right, you heard it here first, guys. According to me and Amber, if you're a guy and you have a cat and you live by yourself, you definitely voted for Biden. What are your biggest red flags in a relationship? So I would assume, do you consider yourself more traditional in a relationship?
Yeah, I definitely think that there's still roles of like men and women.
Okay, what do you think some of those roles are between men and women?
I mean, so like taking out the trash. Like,
okay,
I'm not taking out the trash.
For
if
sure,
I have,
agreed.
like, look, if I live alone, but there's a man in the house, automatically that's your job.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question, and you reminded me. So I had one of my homeboys. He has his son there. He's in very good shape, and he has money, and he was basically doing yard work and doing something outside, and he made a post and he was like, yo, I could have easily paid somebody to do this, right? I could easily pay someone to do this labor work at the crib. But he was like, I feel like there's certain things it's important for your girl, your wife, your girlfriend, and your kids to see a man do, regardless of if we could get it paid for, but like, bro, just get your hands dirty, sweat, like, and show, your girl and your kids that. Do you agree with that? Like from the feminine side, like, is there certain things? That. Yeah.
I also think it's important for us to show kids, what is the role of a man? Like, how are you a man? Because I think a lot of men are not masculine and not manly right now. Right. Like, I think we're in this age of like...
feminized is the way to see things.
It's just different.
Well, I guess it's... I don't want to like sound like one of these like new feminine, but like feminism has like fucked up a lot of shit because yes, we're equal, but now women and men think they're equal. Like they're going to do you could use equal in two different ways, right? Of course, men and women are equal in the sense of value, right? We're both equally value. But I think a lot of people are misinterpreting that and saying we're equal as in like we do the same things, So I think a lot of women are like, I feel like a lot of women want to have the benefits of being a woman, but also want to have like the same privileges that a man. Does that make sense? Like what I'm getting at? Like
for sure. Like it's hard because there's so many like variables, right? On each that you're like, oh, well, I understand this, but then like I'm on this side. But like if I want my man to take out the trash or do like change like do manly stuff around the house and like, oh, we have something that needs to be, the trash got, I had a raccoon. It's all outside. I don't really want to do that. Like my man's gonna, you know what I mean? Right. Those type of things. Like that's what I would want a man of the house. Right. So just like me, I like to cook. I do the laundry. I don't clean. I have a cleaning lady. Right. But there's certain things that like
women should do.
I would do that first before asking like for help. Not saying a man can't say like, hey babe, do you need help? Like, oh, I clean this up for you. Like those nice gestures. But I still think there are some things that still are man and woman.
Okay, so I'm single. It's a red flag if a female can't cook, right?
Or they at least don't try. Because there's girls that like, if they're younger.
They can roll a blunt. They got their vape. They got their vape on them.
Yeah, like that might be a red flag. Like if you could do certain things, like if you live at home like with your family, okay, maybe the chance or opportunity for them to cook is not really there because they're being kind of catered to, right? Their mom, whatever, someone in the house is cooking, so they're not really practicing. But if they have their own apartment, you don't cook and you just Uber everything. I'm like, you're gonna have to learn.
And it's tough because I feel like a lot of women would want to submit, but they can't. There's like no men available to submit to. You know what I'm saying?
Dating is
like
rough.
This is the issue, is that the only men that women could really submit to and live that in their traditional role is to submit. It's a very small percentage of men, and all the men are getting multiple women. You know what I'm saying? So we're almost at the point to where if you want to find a man that is willing to do that, you're gonna have to share them. You know what I'm saying? And to find a man that is willing to do that and not share you is very rare. Like you got a unicorn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's just so many options. Like for the top % of men now, you know?
Well, yeah, that 1%.
Yeah. What is it? What is the stat? I think it says like 80% of women sleep with 20% of men.
Yeah, something like
it's
that.
something way off.
Well,
like,
Andrew Tate talked about this, like 1% of men, and like how, you know, he basically has his pick of the pool, right? Of like all the women. But for the women, it's only, you know, small pickings.
How do you feel about Andrew Tate and like his...
Oh, I like him.
Me too. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
He pushes men.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
Be a man.
I agree 100%.
Like, I don't want to date somebody that's like similar to me. If that's the case, then I'm just going to date a girl. Why am I going to date a guy?
Yeah, a lot of girls have said that shit
before. You're going to cry? Like, you know, whatever. Be into your feelings. Be there. I think there just has to be still things that men do and to act like a man. But we're also in a society of like, people are like not being manly. So how do you learn? And that's what, going back to like kids, show your kids like that dynamic in a household if you can. Or like that he said, I could go and hire someone, but I wanted to show my kids like, look, I go outside, I do this, like
There was I saw someone a post that came on my Instagram, and I liked it so much. I wish I could have liked it twice. It was some guy with his like 4-year-old son, and he had him in the gym in the weight room lifting foam weights, bench pressing foam weights.
So
and I'm like, yo, I reposted it. I was like, I can't wait to be a father. Like that's like, and because I want to raise a little, I hope I have a son, Lord, please. Because I want to, like, I feel like masculinity is under attack right now, you know? So, and obviously him lifting foam weights is doing nothing for his body, but everything for his mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's more of a mental thing to like,
too. It's building that relationship too with his dad. Like that will be something that like he'll remember forever. Like my dad had me like at the gym. Granted, I wasn't doing anything, or he'll see a picture and be like, oh my gosh, like his dad didn't have to do that.
I think about like why because I've always gone to the gym since high school all the way until now. And I think about why that is. And it was because my dad always was in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if you see somebody, like you're going to end up adopting those, you know, those qualities.
Of course.
That's interesting. You're like Andrew Tate. I want to like survey women, but I think there's a lot of women who agree, but you just can't.
I mean, he gets a little crazy sometimes.
Right.
Like, but I also think that a lot of things chop up what he says. So he'll say like all these amazing things, and then this one comment where he says like something about women, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, he's a woman hater."
Did you just see the BBC interview he did?
No.
Yo, so you know BBC is like the European like CNN. You know what I'm saying? Mad bias. Yo, he invited them over. They were asking him to do an interview. Like he's on house arrest. He can't leave Romania. They invited BBC, the reporters, the whole camera team to his house to do the interview. They sent him questions. This is what we're going to ask you. We're not going to ask you no stupid shit like what you think we're going to do. They're like, yo, we're going to ask you, you know, your mental health. How was it when you were in Romanian jail? Da, 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 da. And he's like, all right, cool. So they pull up and he sits down. They turn the cameras on, and the lady reporter is asking him about his allegation. Da, da, da. But you know what he did? He was secretly filming the whole interview on his end, like with a camera.
So smart.
So you know what they were going to do. There was a hit piece that were going to chop up the interview, edit up, make him look crazy. This is what they did on BBC. They took the 40-minute, cut it down to 10 minutes of just out of context shit, you know what I'm saying? But then he released his shit, the whole 40-minute shit in totality, you know what I'm saying? Like showing that, you know, like, bro, these people are full of shit. It's crazy.
But that's what they do. They cut things up and make it, you know, whatever way they want it. So
that's crazy. So your more traditional relationship, what's the biggest like red flag, would you say, like in a man?
Biggest red flag. Probably inconsistency.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Okay, so that inconsistency would just show you that you would assume that just in other aspects of his life, he's inconsistent, I guess, not passionate, I guess you would say, or just not
passionate, or just not all in it, or dedicated, or committed.
Interesting.
Because say like the gym. Guys, you know, you're going every day. You're there at your set time. You go no matter what, unless you have like something, you know, that you really have to do. Like you're committed to it. This consistency. Well, the same thing in a relationship. I need you to be consistent. Like if you're setting the tone and calling me every day, well, then now I'm expecting you to call every day. Then if you don't, now I'm like, wait, now it's inconsistent. There must be something going on. It's just, I feel like very red flaggish.
I'm always transparent and I always tell the truth. I feel like deception is the only felony. So I'm going to tell the person up front, hey, I'm super busy right now, so this is going to feel inconsistent. And I'm telling them up front that this is going to feel inconsistent, and I'll let you choose, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the snaky is where it, like...
Yeah, that's sneaky. As long as you're honest and you're upfront, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, now what is like a physical red flag? Like if he got crooked teeth throwing up gang signs, or if he like... or he can't dress...
I guess for me, it has to be a huge deal breaker would be like smoking.
Anything? Cigarettes?
Both.
Oh, shit. So if a guy, you wouldn't date a pothead?
No, because I just feel like you're not motivated. And like, I don't know, I haven't met a lot of successful potheads.
I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, I'm a successful pothead.
I feel like if you get to a stage of success, if you want to smoke, then it's like, okay, well, you've already grinded. You already got to the success. But I feel like on the journey to success, it can be very hard.
So the way I reflect on it and I think about like my journey, I would say that if you already have a vision for yourself and know what you have to do and have the steps laid out and it's clear to you on how to get where you want to go, it's cool to smoke. Just do what you got to do and just do the things you have to know. But I've realized that when you don't have a vision and you're at a time of having to figure it out, that's when I feel like smoking is detrimental to you.
Yeah.
If you don't have the vision already and you have to figure it out.
Because you're like,
I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying? But if it's like,
comes.
I have to go to this meeting, bro, I'm gonna smoke and go to the meeting, you know, like if I already know what I'm supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess biggest red flag physically and me and my boy were arguing the other day. I got no hairline and he's short and we're like, damn, what do women prefer? And I was like, yo, would you rather have the guy that has no hairline or is 5'6"?
No hairline. You can get it fixed in Turkey.
I heard about Turkey. Yo, that's crazy you said that.
I went to Turkey.
Is changing
it's
lives,
great.
bro.
Yeah. I wanted to actually do my hairline like a crazy person.
I've never heard of that for a female.
Yeah, they do it. I didn't know. And then
That's
I was
wild.
on like this big hair page in Istanbul and they had a girl. I was like, wow. I mean, I'm just like thinning a little bit in here, like just from like all the years of like
Now I'm trying to
ponytails.
think like if guys talk about girls' hairlines, like, yo, her hairline's weak. I think that's only for guys. Like guys are not like, maybe I'll be like, yo, she got a big forehead, but I'm never going to be like, yo, her hairline is off. I don't think guys are really, and I've never heard of females going to get their hairline fixed. That's crazy.
But Turkey, everyone there is getting some, like I went there for my veneers and like you see like people with their hair done, their nose, like it's like plastic surgery.
What is it about Turkey that makes it like?
Oh, it's definitely cheaper.
Right.
And their doctors are really good. Like I had composite veneers or composite teeth from Colombia. They were okay. They were just like thick, very like, just very
low quality?
white. Yeah, low quality. Right. So I went to Turkey to get my porcelain veneers and it was just like A1 service. Like,
wow.
It was very good.
So you'd rather have the taller guy, the guy with no hairline than to have the shorter guy.
Yeah, because you can't change height.
I don't know, bro. They're having surgeries now. I've seen some wild shit on Instagram. Dudes are getting their bones like extended and shit.
I mean,
like,
that's a lot.
I mean, to be
very
tall,
extreme.
think of it as a guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, if you were to describe some of the surgeries women get, I feel like a lot of people would be like, that's a lot. If you were to say like a surgery like that in 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they'd be like, oh, you got to do all that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So now I think about like for men, like get ready. Like men, it's about to be our turn for all the wild shit. It's about to be our turn. There's going to be short guys extending their bones and shit. It's about to get crazy.
Yeah, I could see that.
Do you have any other like turn-offs, like physical turn-offs or like icks or?
Hair. I don't like body hair.
Oh,
I probably, if you were like really hairy, I definitely
you'd
wouldn't
want like
date
a
you.
waxed guy.
Not wax, but it can't like, I was watching something the other day and the guy just had like hair like from the chest, stomach, and I was like,
That'd be like Italian dudes
like,
and shit. They got hair like on the back of their...
like a sweater. I'm like, you need to shave that. Do something.
Half
like
bare.
too
Like
much.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Now on the flip side of that, is there any strange things that you do like that normal people wouldn't like?
Strange.
You know, like some, like what have women said? Some women have said like, I guess some like guys' hands, but that's not super strange. But it's just off. You know, you wouldn't normally expect that. But is there something like?
I don't know. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, maybe it is a little weird. I like the back like a guy's neck. I don't know why.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Like it's got to be like a muscular. Is it like the feeling or the look? Like, is it the look of it or is it like the feel of it?
I guess the feel. I don't know.
You gotta.
The rolls. I don't know. It's just.
You gotta have a muscular neck, though.
Yeah, I guess
It can't be like no skinny, like a liberal neck. It can't be a liberal neck, yo.
No liberal neck.
Okay, so since you're more traditional, you prefer a guy to lead. Is that like what?
Yeah.
But then there are a lot of women would say like, I feel like there's a fine line between a guy leading and a guy being controlling.
Yeah.
What is because a lot of women are so traumatized to try to let a man lead because they think they're going to be controlled. I don't like. What is the difference to you between a guy who leads and a guy who is controlling you?
Well, I think also as a woman, you need to understand yourself as well in that position. Like, you don't always have, like, I feel like there's so many women that are battling with their men for that, like, masculine or the control, right? So I feel like controlling is telling you, you can't do X, Y, and Z. Like, I make the decisions. You can, like, that's control, right? The other way is, I'm going to give you my opinions. I'm going to give you suggestions. Like, it's the way you deliver it, I guess. I don't know.
So I'm trying to think, is it all in the delivery? Like,
because I could say, like, okay, say it was a guy, like, look, you're not going out, like, you're not going to a club. But on the deliverance, hey, like, I would really want to spend time with you. Like, you know, I want to do something with you. Do you have to go out? Like, you can change the way you speak and you'll get a different outcome.
I agree. So what do you think about this scenario? Because I posted on Instagram and half the people wanted to cancel me and half the people were,
So it was good.
it was, I want, if a guy asks you to change your clothes, how are you receiving that? Say you guys
I must look crazy then.
Say you guys are about to go out and he says, yo, can you change your clothes? That outfit is a little too much.
Then because if I'm in a relationship with someone, then I trust what they say. Like, if it is too much, I would expect my man to be like, babe, it's a little too much, like where we're going.
Right.
So I wouldn't take it in a bad way.
But you would change.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You need to know, like, time and place and things like that. Like, like, obviously it was like a hood place. Probably not the best idea to wear something super revealing or super, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, dress down a little, like, don't be as sexy. Like, I definitely engage my wardrobe on, like, where I'm going. Like, is there going to be, you know, a chance that someone's going to say something to me? And, you know, if I, you know, in a relationship and that person's going to have to now get into a fight, like, I'm grown. Yeah. Like, we don't need to be getting into fights. Yeah. Like, it's stupid. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think about that.
But I think the delivering, like, hey, like, this place can get a little, like, much. I think that you should maybe go change because I don't want someone to say something to you inappropriate. Like, I'm just trying to protect you. Right.
Yeah, because, I mean, people have said it before. I mean, I think Andrew Tate even said it. Like, if I'm responsible for your protection,
for sure,
I have to have some degree of authority.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a captain is the captain of a ship. And if he's responsible for the ship, he has to have some degree of authority. You know what I'm saying? And I think when you say that to women, like, yo, authority, like, you say that triggers them, you know?
Yeah, they get defensive because it's like, oh, I don't want to be controlled. But, like, I like how you say it's the captain. Like, also, if we're on a ship and I'm like your crewman or whatever, like, I have respect for you and I trust you. So what you say to me now, I believe, like, you're saying it from the best place possible, right? Right. So if my man says something to me, I believe it. Right. I believe that he has that best interest of me.
Because you've vetted him and he's obviously earned his respect, right? So. Yeah, and I feel bad for women because, like you said, there's not a lot of men out here that is worthy of, like, that type of respect and, you know?
But I feel like women are always, like, it goes back to, like, the man and woman type of thing. Like, you want to be like the man, but then you don't want all the responsibilities of the man. Like, you want to be like the man. You want to pay all the bills. You want to do that. Like, there's so many different things that men do, or we expect them to do. But then us going into that masculine energy, like, do you want to do those things? Yeah. Like, you gonna be the one that your man's sitting at home and you're the one, like, going to work and you paying all the bills? Nah, you don't want that, sis.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a lot of women that have told me that, you know, they like most of their like experiences with men, it's the controlling boyfriend. It's not the, and I'm here like, what is controlling? Like, what are men just, you can't go here? Like, is it just, they're just so
insecure.
Yeah.
They're so insecure that they have to control every situation.
Right. But then there's that other side that we examine too, like to where it's like, there's certain things I'm going to like, you know, don't do this, don't do that. Make sure you don't do that. But
like being in a relationship, there's do's and don'ts. Like, hey, don't go talk to other people or, you know, engage in like hooking up. Like those are do's and don'ts. Like those are normal things. So I feel like I've definitely been in like a relationship where the other person made comments to make me feel like what I was doing like was wrong. Where I was like
your job, like
yeah, like so this was I guess pandemic, and I was on OnlyFans before pandemic, and like my ex at the time was like, you shouldn't be on that, like it's no good, it's not a good look.
And he met you when you were doing it? Okay.
So it's like, you know, like
that's the key
this
right
is my
there.
job.
That's the key.
You saw I was on Instagram, like so I cleaned up my Instagram. I made it super professional, like no more bikini photos, no more lingerie, like nothing. And then I eventually ended my OnlyFans, and like I missed out on so much money, but he made it seem so bad because he was insecure.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just the way he would say things that made me feel bad.
Yeah.
Made me feel like shit. I was like,
yeah,
damn. Like it wasn't like, you can't do this, but there was definitely like, you're not going to wear that, right? I was like, yeah, I guess not.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
You said you did have OnlyFans?
I at that time, I had it, I ended it, and now I'm on it again.
Got you. What is your approach to your OnlyFans? Like what is...
It's a business.
Right.
If you're a pretty girl and you're capitalizing and you're smart, you'll be on OnlyFans.
But I guess it just matters... Because OnlyFans is really for anything. You could like do recipes of cooking and shit. It's really anything.
Literally
so
everything.
it really is all comes down to like what you're doing on the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's definitely a stigma. Like when you say OnlyFans, everyone thinks it's porn.
Exactly. Yeah. For some reason.
Like no matter what you're doing, someone's
you could
like,
just post your IG pics on
porn.
OnlyFans and people will be like, why do you have an OnlyFans?
Oh my God. Some of the things that girls post on Instagram, I look through Instagrams all day. And I'm like, like OnlyFans, why are they posting this? Like this is crazy.
Where's your line with your OnlyFans? Like what line don't you cross?
Like there's no nudes or anything on there like that. It's kind of like definitely sexier than Instagram. So like see-through things, lingerie. Like I do not post any lingerie on my Instagram.
Got you.
Like you usually won't see me turn around, so you won't see any like butt on my Instagram.
Got you.
Things like that.
Got you.
And I can talk to my fans there. There's no way I can talk to my fans on Instagram.
Going on the live, you get the crazy comments.
Like
and
the
shit.
comment, but you like.
But aren't the comments? I would imagine the comments would be crazy on OnlyFans, no?
Some yes and no,
Okay.
but I get to build relationships with people and fans. Like it's different. On Instagram, it's just like, let's say whatever because maybe she'll read my message today.
Yeah. You know, it's just even for guys, it's getting crazy, and then like. Because I'm sure guys just send crazy dick pics to you all the time, like unsolicited dick pics.
I honestly don't think I get a lot.
You might be the
Snapchat.
first person to tell me that you don't get dick pics.
No, I think it was more on Snapchat when I have it, but I don't really like. First off, Snapchat has changed since I was on it before. Now it's all like, I don't know.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been on Snapchat.
Yeah, now it's like you can post on your wall, your story. It's all different things. That I'll get dick pic. Like I don't even open anything on there.
Shit's wild. Yo, I got, for the first time in my life, I got a pussy pic. Wild, yo. I sent it to my girl at the time, and I was like, look, I'm getting pussy pics out here. You better act right. For real.
It's very ballsy when people, you know, go
People
straight
are just
to it.
like, how do you just like open your phone, go between your legs, and then like hit send? Like that shit is crazy to me.
And do they think you're going to be like,
damn,
oh,
like
this is a nice one. I'm going to respond to Patel 955 today. Like,
tell that, yeah, people are.
It's crazy. I mean, but look, people are bored in other countries. We have a lot of things to do here in the U.S. and other countries.
Bro, but even in the U.S., there's guys like in Idaho and shit, like on OnlyFans and shit. Bro, I'll make a confession to the podcast right now, yo. I did something I've never done, and I'm mad I did it, but I was so disgusted with myself. It was because it was somebody from high school. and that she was pretty in high school, and I just ran into her now when she had an OnlyFans, and I hit subscribe. I was like, oh, you're dirty. And then I hit unsubscribe right away.
But it was the curiosity. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, but I went through my whole life never subscribing to an OnlyFans, yelling at men and mocking them for like signing up for OnlyFans and calling them simps and saying they're destroying the world like they are and like ruining women's head. Like this has been me. And then I signed up. I was like, no, and my credit card like got charged and shit. And I felt terrible, but it was only to see, and I hit unsubscribe right away.
Well, you
like,
wanted to, does she still look the same from high school? Is she still
it
pretty,
wasn't as like this, you know, it was like, because in high school I was like, damn, she's bad, you know, but like who would know in 15 years I could just see you like naked now for a smooth like, $4.99. Like
Kelly, okay.
Kelly from B Lunch, like, right. Yo, I didn't $4.99, like that shit's crazy.
I think that happens a lot though.
So I did it one time. I just want to know it was only one time. All right, my bad. I just had to tell my people because they're going to get
on you.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't think like OnlyFans is bad. I think, you know.
Wait. Now I got to flip it on you though. If you were talking to a guy and you just met him and you're on a date and he tells you he follows some OnlyFans girls, that's going to be a turnoff, no?
I mean, I wouldn't want him to keep talking to girls, but I'm not going to judge on that. I think it's the same as watching porn.
I think you would though. I think a lot of women would. I think a lot of women would judge a guy, and if he told them, yo, you know, I follow this girl on OnlyFans, and you're like, because you don't want your guy to be a fan.
Everyone's a fan at one point of somebody. Like you would hope your girl's your fan. Like, you know what I mean? Like your supporter.
Yeah, but to be a fan of a girl that is never going to give you attention, it's
hard because OnlyFans gives that attention. You have that space where the creator is giving the fan attention. Is it ever going to be something?
Like, I have no issue with OnlyFans girls. I have issues with the men.
With the men.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to. If you're a single man and you would like to be with a beautiful girl, you are not supposed to give women something without getting nothing in return. You don't just send women gifts. You're ruining society, literally. You know what I'm saying? You have to, like, if she's going to give you a little bit of, it's basically respect. If she's going to hit you back and give you some conversation and know it's like real and organic, then yeah, it's got to be rhythm. It's got to be a back and forth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But these men that are just giving without getting anything back, they're literally ruining the world. Because now women that are 5s and 6s are walking around here like they're 9s. For sure. And it's kids. Bro, there's women who are regular thinking that he's got to be 6 feet, he's got to make 6 figures, they want the craziest guy that doesn't exist, you know?
No, it definitely becomes very unrealistic. But I also like take a look at the guys that are, you know, maybe it's the busy guy, maybe it's the guy that's super nervous to talk to girls. Like, you know, having that computer gives you some confidence. So I'm like, I try to think of all the situations and not really judge, because I'm like, if I were in those shoes and maybe I wasn't like the most handsome, or maybe I wasn't in the best shape, or I'm not in the position I want, or the best apartment, like, and I want, because look, human interaction and affection is so important.
For sure. So
like that is a way that someone's getting it that probably in their normal life they're not getting it.
Yeah, it's just fake though. That's my thing.
Well, that's like when a man hires a prostitute, an escort. It's fake, but it's enjoyment for the moment.
Yeah, I guess so. That's would you rather have the video game boyfriend or the boyfriend who's always in the club?
Oof. Video game boyfriend.
Okay. Why?
Because I'm a homebody too. Like, at least you're home. We could, like, look, I'll sit next to you when you play video games. You out in the club, like,
that's my thing, is I'm not a homebody. I need to find a homebody, like someone like that who just not impressed and just down to like stay at home. But these younger, this is kind of like therapy for me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving me like free therapy right now, but awesome. I just feel like this is like a lot of 40-year-olds have been giving me rhythm. Oh. You know? Yeah. Like you're like my therapist. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm here like, damn.
I'm like, how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
They're not her. I'm looking for her. You know what I'm saying? But then the young girls that I go on dates are just, their mind isn't there. So I feel like I have to choose between someone young and I'm super attracted to, but it's kind of like infected with this mind state of like this, you know, or just, you know,
well, or I have to go in between. In between.
Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult because they got kids and shit. It's tough.
Are you against dating with kids?
Yeah, I won't talk. I can't.
Yeah, once you get...
My first has to be her first.
That's hard. Once you get into like those 30s, it's very hard.
It's crazy. I'm noticing it. Like I'm noticing like my options, like, wait, Half of my face. I don't even go on Facebook anymore because that's just everybody that
Everyone
announces
has
pregnancy. That's just that Facebook is where you announce your pregnancy.
Literally.
That's why I don't go on Facebook. Straight up. That's why I'm about to just go to like Colombia or whatever, or go to like DR and just because I'm over American girls, bro. You guys, American girls are too stressful.
I feel like you need to go to Europe.
Y'all want to go to Italy and Greece.
Expectations are very high.
Exactly. If I take a Colombian girl, I could take her to Chipotle, and she's thankful, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
Tequila or Henny?
Tequila.
I mean, yeah, lip gloss or lipstick.
Lip gloss.
Ashanti or Aaliyah?
Ooh, that's hard. Ashanti.
What does your playlist look like? What does your
it's very mixed.
Your musical palette look like?
It's definitely like rap, but then rock. There's Spanish music in there, even though I don't know what they're saying. Yeah, it's a mix.
What about everything? Let's see. Country?
There's a few songs, not big on country, but I'm not like, I love music in general, so I'm never like,
You're not like stuck in a box on one thing.
No.
You like
all over. Like when I work out, if I'm by myself, I'm listening to like hardcore rock.
Really?
Like screaming. Yeah.
What's like your if you're okay? Here's a good question. If you're about to squat the most you've ever squatted, what song are you putting?
Oh, I'm definitely like I have like a rock playlist. That's like
is there like a
someone
specific
screaming.
song that no? But you're about to do the set right now. The heaviest you've ever lifted in a year.
Yeah, probably. I couldn't tell you the song name. I just know it in my playlist. Yeah.
Like the wild,
like the crazy. Like, yeah.
Damn.
Like get ready.
How many days a week you in the gym?
At least 4.
Is it a requirement for the person you're dating to go to the gym to have a gym routine?
Yeah.
I agree. That's another thing. Finding a woman who has a gym routine is
like you have to work
difficult.
out.
Yeah,
because that's like my active lifestyle. I like working out. I eat like a certain way. Like it's just my routine. If you don't, I don't understand you.
My thing is that I guess one of the most important qualities I'm looking for in a woman, and it would be linked to working out, is just discipline. A woman who's disciplined. That's I feel like is the hardest thing to find right now, especially if the prettier she is and the more attention she gets and shit, I feel like it's harder to find that discipline, you know? So yeah, working out is important for that, to me, for that reason, is that I just know you're disciplined and you have a routine that you stick to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even goes back to discipline and like consistency. Like for me, the gym is like how I do everything. So like I go at least 3 to 4 times a week. And then, but that's how I do work. Like I'm very consistent. I'm posting. I'm doing what I have to do.
Right.
Like
the little wins build up.
Yeah.
You know? Short nails or long nails?
Short.
Drake or J. Cole?
That's like what vibe you're in, but Drake.
Have you seen all the AI shit that they've been coming out with? Like the Drake songs?
Oh.
There's a fake Drake album that's all artificial intelligence generated, and it sounds exactly like Drake. And it's crazy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, AI's about to take shit over.
For sure.
Have you ever used like any of that shit, like ChatGPT?
No, I have my assistant trying to like figure out some stuff.
Yeah, that shit is about to take people's jobs,
do a whole
bro.
brand, like they'll do everything, like color of your website, products, like everything.
A lot of you average guys got to be careful, yo. The AI is gonna text your girl better than you. Appetizer or dessert?
Dessert.
Okay, I have a scenario for you. You tell me what you think. There's Amanda and Brenda. Okay, a guy's dating both of them, Amanda and Brenda.
Okay.
He told Amanda that there's Brenda, but told Brenda she's the only one. Who does he love more?
This one, whatever, Amanda.
The one that he's being honest and telling her that there's another one, or the one he's
the one
not?
he's not.
Interesting. Okay.
Because he's too scared to lose her. If this one, he's like, oh, she could be side.
That's an interesting take. I don't think anyone has said that before.
No?
Okay, so my question is, would you rather know a comforting lie or an uncomfortable truth?
Oh, I'd rather know the lie.
Okay.
No. I'd rather know the truth. There we go. I'd rather know the truth.
So you think the guy that's lying loves the girl more than the guy who's telling?
Or he thinks he does. But then it goes back into what kind of women they are. Like, maybe this one's understanding and can handle the truth. Maybe this one can't. I don't know. There's...
But you think it would be okay for a guy to lie in that situation?
No.
Like if you were the guy, say you were the guy dating 2 women,
No.
how would you approach it? Would you be honest and be like, hey,
you have
look.
to be honest. Even if it sucks.
Yeah.
Because then you have to give those girls the choice.
Right.
Maybe Brenda wants to hang out and stay. She don't give a fuck.
You know what's crazy? And you tell me what you think about this, but I feel like there's a good portion of women who, if you were to just tell them honestly that, yo, you know, I'm talking to another girl, a lot of them would stay.
For sure. Depending on like the situation and, you know.
Because first of all, women are not used to men being honest like that. That's number one.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like it's the deception that really like turns women off. Like, why would you lie to me, you know? Like,
oh, the hoops that people like jump through to tell a lie. Like, it's crazy.
Could you date someone that was honest with you and said he was dating 2 people at one time?
No, I wouldn't want to keep going, no.
Yeah. What would you say was the percentage of women that would be okay with like being with a guy like that if he was the right type of guy?
Sadly, a lot.
Like half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I think it would come down to like, are they being taken care of? Are they in a situation that's like super comfortable? You know what I mean?
So do you think a guy should be able to have as many wives as he can afford?
No.
Would you say a guy is a bad person if he said he wanted to have kids with multiple women throughout his life? Does that make him like immoral?
No, that's your choice. It may not be the choice that I want for my life, but
right.
That's your own choice. Yeah, no.
But that doesn't make him a bad like an immoral person, would you say, or not?
No. You take care of all your children.
Right, if he takes care of them all.
I mean, if he doesn't, that's a different story.
You know Nick Cannon, you heard what happened? Like, so he's at like 10 kids, you know that, right? But they just said that once you pass 10 kids, you don't have to pay child support for any of the kids. Because once you hit 10,
there's too many.
It's too many to be able, the court says it's crazy. There's like, once you hit 10 kids, you don't have to pay any child support because there's like a loophole in the court saying that a man can afford like 10 kids.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And I'm like,
but
dang.
I do know he does take care of all his kids.
What, you know, a baby mama or something?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I was joking. Like, you're like, for real?
No, but it's like a big thing.
Well, taking care of your kids, what does that mean now? Are we just, I would assume he would do financially.
Obviously, but I mean, from what I see, they have schedules of like, they're very open.
Oh wait, you're giving us inside information about the scheduling. I'm like, no, hold on, go.
He's like,
because it's gonna be a clip. It's gonna be a headline. Nick Cannon's baby mama schedule revealed with Amber Quinn.
No, but you can see this from social media. Like he's taking like holiday pictures with each kid, and like they're doing. It's not like he's just like. I don't think he's just sending checks. He's definitely active in his kids' lives.
A lot of women would rather be a poppin' guy's like side piece than to be like an average guy's like everything, you know? Crazy. Introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
Love or money?
Love.
The ballin' boyfriend who cheats only for his birthday or the loyal boyfriend who makes 50K?
The loyal boyfriend.
Who makes 50K?
Sure. Yeah.
Fashion or music?
Music.
Beamer or Benz?
Benz.
Condo or house?
House.
Skiing in Aspen or parasailing in Puerto Rico?
Skiing.
Damn, I need to do a ski trip now that I think about it. Yeah. When's the last time you did like some snow ski vibe?
I went to Utah. I went like snowmobiling. It was really cool.
Is it overrated? Like it's worth to go?
It's good for like,
okay.
I don't want to be there a week, but.
I've only seen snow one time in my life. Crazy. Oh, yeah. And it was like in the projects in Harlem. It was like crackhead
That's
snow.
Not like real.
Yeah. I didn't make a snowman. I didn't get to do a snow.
Yeah, you don't want to make a snowman there.
Shit. Sweet or spicy?
Spicy.
What would you rather do, laundry or dishes?
Dishes.
Dishes are therapeutic, right? To me.
Yeah.
I put on some
mind.
music and shit,
yeah.
I'm good.
Laundry,
that should be sitting in my dryer for like, I gotta tell
10
Maria,
years.
my cleaning lady.
She folds them and I'm still like, ugh, I hate putting clothes away.
Would you rather order in or eat out?
Order in.
What's your favorite restaurant in Miami? Or in South Florida, your favorite place to go?
Makoto.
What is that again? I've heard of that. Kodo, you said?
Makoto. It's in Bell Harbor.
Okay. What kind of food is that?
Asian.
Okay. A series or a movie?
Series.
What are you watching right now on Netflix?
I just finished New Amsterdam. Really good, like hospital show.
A hospital show?
So good.
Are you one of those women that watch like serial killer documentaries to go to sleep? Like, or watch like wild shit, like dangerous prisons in Russia and like wild shit like that?
No, but a documentary does make me like fall asleep. That like monotone voice.
Yo, I had an ex who used to watch the craziest shit to go to sleep, bro. Like,
yeah, I don't want to watch like murder thing. Like, I'm gonna have like some dream or something.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay. You rather have the smart boyfriend or the funny boyfriend?
Funny.
Funny boyfriend, okay. Damn, so he could be stupid?
Not stupid, but
Okay.
I gotta laugh. Like if you don't make me laugh, then it's like boring.
I guess some people would say to be funny is to be smart, right?
You have to be somewhat smart to make like jokes and actually like make someone laugh.
Yeah. Bro, if I find a girl who can make me laugh, oh my God, I'll marry her right there, bro. No, for real, like that's my issue. I'm always the performer. I'm always the one trying to like make people laugh and like.
But I feel like it's getting comfortable with someone too. Like, I don't know, like I'm super funny, but I have to be comfortable with who I'm with. Like you're not gonna get like super funny in the beginning.
How long should that process take? Because I feel like
How long?
because dating is like an audition kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm gonna take you to dinner, it's like we have to have a conversation that feels like there's rhythm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm just the one making you laugh the whole time, now I'm like, all right, next.
Yeah,
like
like,
this girl showed me no
you have to be
personality.
witty. Yeah.
Yeah, you know? I think that's the key to relationships. Like my parents have been together for a long time, and I like thought about it, like, yo, why are they together for so long? And then I thought about both of them are witty and they're like provocative with each other and teasing with each other, so it builds like a tension and like a vibe. You
It's
know,
fun. Yeah,
that's so important. You know, and it's so hard to find somebody that you could just get that rhythm with, like that back and forth. Curly hair or straight hair?
straight.
Marriage with no kids or kids with no marriage?
That's hard. Kids with no marriage.
Yeah. I feel like marriage is like, I don't think I'm gonna get married ever.
No.
Yeah, it's tough. I just see horror stories every day of like women like taking, well, what is that one soccer player? He put all his money.
And his mom's
I'm
name.
doing that when I buy my crib. My mom's gonna own it.
Look, like I am like totally for like prenups and things like that, like to protect yourself, especially if the person you're with is not as successful or doesn't have anything going on. Like if I was going to marry someone that was less successful than me, I'm going to give the guy a prenup 1000%. Like you have to protect yourself. So, I mean, in those
Do you think you could
like,
be with a guy, like see yourself long term with someone who's less successful than you or less ambitious than you or less?
Not less ambitious. You can be making less money than me and
Right.
have like ambition.
Right. It's more of an attitude, you're saying.
Yeah,
Like
but if you're broke and then you have no ambitions to do better, totally different story.
right. Got you. Cool. So for the people that don't follow you, plug all your social media. So
Amber Quinn official, literally everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Twitter is Crypto with Amber.
okay. There's gonna be a lot of creeper photographers like, yo, can we do a shoot? Like, just talk to the photographers right now. We'll get that out the way.
I really don't shoot much anymore.
Okay.
Professional photos don't do well on my Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. I don't really
What does best on your IG?
iPhone photos.
Oh.
Everything now, like your phone can do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, doing shoots, like shoots are great to be creative and it's fun. Like, but for me, like if I'm not making money, then it's not kind
Yeah.
of in my path.
But I still feel like professional photos, there's still a difference. Even though iPhone cameras are dope as fuck.
For
they're like,
sure.
there still feels like there's a difference.
But I feel when it's only professional photos on someone's page, it's so impersonal.
That's a fact.
I feel like I know you a little, or it's more like
Like if it's an iPhone, you were naturally going to
Yeah,
the mall
like,
this way. You
oh,
didn't
okay.
schedule a photo
Yeah,
shoot and like,
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like a different thing.
I feel it.
But yeah.
You want to plug your OnlyFans in? What do you want to plug? Like, what do you want to
Oh,
promote?
everything's on my Instagram. There's like a link tree.
Hit the link tree.
All my links are there for everything.
How much is
that
your
I do.
OnlyFans? How much you charging out here in the streets?
Free.
Free?
Look, he's so surprised.
Free? You know how much money you probably could be made? Have you ever thought about like how much you think you'd make
It's
more
a
for what?
marketing whole.
Oh, but it's like, is it once you get in? Don't ask me how I know this. I swear I only did it one time. But once you get into it, like you have to like pay for individual videos. Is that how you have
Certain
it?
things you have to pay for, or I have like a VIP, so you could pay to be VIP. So I'm gonna answer you first. You're gonna get like exclusive content, things like that.
Can a guy like in Boca Luca, Alabama, like pay you to do a one-on-one talk? Do you do those? Like meet a fan meet and greet?
No,
No.
no. Sorry, John in Alabama. No.
John, you're in the middle of Boca Luca. We got nothing for you, bro. Well, there it is, Amber. I appreciate you coming through. We
Thank
did. How
you.
long was it? An hour and 20 minutes.
Boom.
Kept
Look
you
at
3
you
minutes
on
too
point.
long. Appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
Wow, let's do it. Mommy on the rocks.